Greetings, true believers. It's your old pal Spider-Man. Good morning, Cadre. KJ here. We're gonna do the second stunt shave for me this month. The theme is going handleless with your razor. So yesterday I did a shave with DE razors. I actually used two of them. I used the Razor Rock Mamba and the Razor Rock Game Changer. I kind of switched mid-shave. Today, it's going to be single edge. So I'm going to be using my Mongoose and then something completely different, the Vector. So very different size razors, very different weights. Just kind of want to compare those two and see how that goes. So Dave in Kentucky watched your video this morning and took it to the next level and used a handleless brush to actually lather with. I thought that was a really good idea, so I'm doing the same thing. So this is a Maggard's 30 millimeter synthetic knot. So I will be using that to lather up my CBL roasted oatmeal stout today. Just love this scent. It just smells like warm oatmeal cookies. And it's made with Guinness, which is my favorite beer, so what's not to love about it? But being that this is a big 30 mil knot, I'm gonna load it up just a little bit extra. Probably way more than I need, but I got a big backstock of this soap, so I'm not too worried about using it up. Alright, so as usual, scoop out any extra lather in here just to help out. Now yesterday's shave, I did have quite a few weepers. I don't know if you can see it right there. Just taking my shower this morning and washing off the scab that was there, this opened up and started bleeding again. So we will see how that goes. It's actually super easy to lather with this brush. I figured it'd be a little difficult, but it's not really a challenge at all. Okay, so taking my Mongoose and removing the handle. Now the challenge here, this one does have a pretty decent sized post, so holding onto it isn't going to be the problem. The problem is just going to be maintaining pressure and keeping this thing aligned, because the Mongoose does have not necessarily alignment issues, but you do have to make sure you put it together right, because you can put it together wrong. So just holding it and maintaining the proper alignment. Now this is quite a bit heavier and stockier than most razors that I have, but being that it's not at the end of a handle, I don't even know if that's an advantage. Because I still can't really let the weight of the razor do anything. shave's going fine though. But the post on the mongoose is actually a little bit longer than the DEs I was using yesterday. So it's actually quite a bit easier to hold on to. I actually was anticipating this pass being a little bit more difficult than it was. So that was pretty good. All right, now we're gonna switch to the vector. Let me lather it first. Okay, now to the vector. Now, the problem with the vector is take a look at the mongoose and how much post there is. Now take a look at the vector. See, there we go. And look at how much post there is. And not just how narrow the post is, because the vector's post is rectangular. So it's only threaded on the very ends of it, but it's not sticking up nearly as far as the mongoose. So there's less to grab. And let's see, how was I holding this one? Okay, I was holding that one from the side. So I was worried that where I was going to be wanting to hold this was not where the threads were. So actually I am gonna hold it on the sides where the threads are. That's at least good. So I'm grabbing some alum, make my hands a little bit more sticky or just not slippery, whatever. It'll allow me to hold on to it a little bit better. So let's see, we're gonna go this way. Definitely a bit more difficult to hold and move around than the mongoose was. It's definitely lighter, but I don't really know, like, as I've said before, without the handle, I don't even know that that is really a factor. But the mongoose was definitely easier to hold on to, easier to maneuver. I'm having to take a little bit more care with this one. Actually, doing these sideways passes, I really want to grab it by the flat side. But I don't think I'm going to be able to hold on to it that way. Let me see. Let's give it a try. So now I'm holding it on the flat side of the post and not the threads. And that's very difficult. Plus, my thumb is getting in the way from maintaining the proper angle. So I don't think I'm getting as close as I should, so I'm gonna have to go back to this way. There we go. Now it wasn't cutting before because my thumb was in the way. I thought it sounded a bit too smooth. Now it's cutting. It's a lot. Since the head is so thin on this, it's not sticking out past the point of where the post is. So on the mongoose, you can see where the post is, but the blade's way out here. The vector, on the other hand, the post is right near the edge of the blade. So when you're gripping it like this, you have no room for your fingers to get in the way at all. As soon as they just get out there a little bit, they're in the way. So this vector is really one of the best razors I've ever used, but not like this. So for my last pass, I'm going back to the mongoose. Oh, much better. Much easier. And far easier than the DEs yesterday. This is a pretty smooth, really good shave. What the heck? Switching to the left hand, but the left hand doesn't want to grip it. Skin stretching doesn't work so well when your soap is so slick that you can't grip onto your face. I think I just cut myself. But that just made me wonder, not cutting myself, could I do it just like this? Just holding onto it like this and not holding onto the post. That's interesting. I'm gonna do a little tiny touch up just because I want to explore that a little bit more, because that's kind of crazy. I'm just pinching it together. that is actually easier. Like the mongoose's head is perfect for this. I don't know that you could do this with many other razors. Let me see. What am I trying to do here? Let's see. Well, actually using the vector like this is easier than using the post. You still have to focus on the angle, because the way I'm holding this right now, I'm not really sure I've got it at the optimal cutting angle. Now I don't think you could do this with a DE. I think this is probably something unique to a single edge. But we can explore that too, because I've still got one here with no handle. Science! Do need some more water in this ladder though. All right, so the question here, can we shave by just holding onto the head and not holding onto the post? I'm trying to think of how I'm going to do this. So I can it's definitely not as easy. And it's a little bit more rough. Like I'm really worried about cutting myself. Trying to figure out how to hold this together. Let's see. So we try to do an across a grain like this. Ow. I just cut myself right there. Got it good. The problem with this is, because I talked yesterday, there's some spring pressure because of the shape of the blade. Well, the problem is I'm squeezing on the one side. I don't know if you can see it. There's still a little bit of play on this side. So the blade gap is huge on this side, which is why I just cut myself. So I didn't really look at that before I started. So it's doable, but not great. So that's a no-go on the DEs, but still gonna finish up this shave on this side. Really? With single edges? Man, this is the way to go. Like, don't worry about trying to hold the post. Just grab the whole base plate top cap assembly. That's totally the way to go. All right. That was fun. That was an interesting shave. I learned something in the process. Did a little experimenting at the cost of a few drops of blood, but hopefully entertaining for y'all and a little bit of learning. A little bit of sting, but I did a little bit more passes than I normally would. And now I'm in gear noir territory. I just hit 20 minutes on my video, so sorry about that. A little bit of witch hazel. And we're gonna finish up with some Old Spice Burley. Just sounded good, haven't used it in a while. And that's my shave, everybody. Hope you enjoyed it. Learned a lot. Got to check out some things that I wouldn't have done before. So if y'all are interested in checking out the challenge, come to theshavingcadre.com. We've got a whole thread of everybody doing various different takes on this stunt shave, which is the no-handle shave. And we have a different theme that we start every month, but you can add to the previous themes whenever you want. If it sounds interesting to you and you want to try it, we're always happy to see a new video come up with somebody else giving it a go. So we'd be happy to have you join us at the Shaving Cadre. Look me up on Spider, and we'll see you guys later. Bye.